Welcome to another episode of Political Frequencies. Today I'll be reviewing a site called votesmart.org. Join me.
Imagine straightforward, reliable facts about any state or national politician on any issue of concern to you. Votesmart.org. It is perhaps the most hopeful reality in politics today. Hundreds of conservatives and liberals putting their differences aside and joining together to protect the most essential component of our democracy, a citizen's right to the truth about the people they elected or those seeking to replace them. It's what U.S. News and World Report said would make the founders weep with joy. Thousands of hours of detailed research, all so that you can finally, simply, and instantly get the facts. I Spy. Take a magnifying glass and be able to instantly examine any politician's files. Every biographical detail, every key vote, and easy to understand terms, every issue position, every public comment on key topics, every special interest rating, every top campaign contributor. For example, just pick a category such as ratings and review every special interest rating that exists on the politician you selected. All there for you at votesmart.org. Bull, VoteSmart's newest tool, gives major political figures the horns. It marks whenever a politician's comments have been proven false by reputable fact-checking organizations. Political Galaxy navigates through the universe of facts. Name any politician, select any issue, and instantly arrive at every fact related to that person on that issue. For example, pick votes, and you are instantly transported to every key vote made on that issue in easy-to-understand terms. Find your political soulmate with Vote Easy. Simply enter your zip code and your candidates will appear. Then state your position on any of a dozen of the most pressing issues facing our nation. And watch as each candidate's yard sign moves toward you, in agreement, or away depending on their public records. Simply check on the sign to find out what facts made their sign move forward or back. Put it to the test yourself. On Point is VoteSmart on smartphones. Want to know how your politicians relate to today's hot topics? Click the issue you're interested in, and the facts you need are at your fingertips, curated just for you. Check out the app users are saying is a must-have, not just for wonks. Want more? Simply track any politician of interest to you with My Vote Smart. Every time that politician makes a public statement, votes, or receives a new rating on an issue, you will get a daily email update. No computer? No problem. Just call our toll-free research hotline, and your own personal researcher will look up anything you want to know about any politician running for office, whether it's state, regional, or national. Google, Bing, Yahoo, even the Department of Defense and hundreds of news organizations use VoteSmart to power the truth in their own reporting to their users and to our overseas troops.
We are serious people on a very serious mission. It is the most critical dilemma of our time. How do you get the facts about these candidates that so easily manipulate us emotionally instead of informing us intellectually? We need the help of every thinking American. Come join us. Volunteer. If you can't volunteer, contribute to those who can. And if you can do neither, at least use us to defend your right to the facts.
Votesmart.org, because facts matter.
All right. Pretty good video. There's not a lot more for me to go over, but I do want to touch on a couple things that aren't highlighted. One is the fact that this covers basically all kinds of politicians, everything from federal, national, to local to state. You know, you may not get what's going on in Podunk County. It is a good site. I think there is a little bit of bias here and there on some of the things that are a little bit more squishy. You know, the bull ratings and that kind of thing. Some of them are clear and it's obvious, but others, you know, you could argue that that's not exactly right. But regardless, in terms of learning about a politician, I'll pick Nancy Pelosi, as they did. And there she is. And from here you can look at the bio, which will give you a good perspective on, you know, where she went to school, well, her education, political experience, professional experience, which you can see is all politics, religious, civic, you know, etc. So I won't go into the detail. The votes, which is pretty nice. You can see she's got 73 pages of votes, and I think one page has about 23 votes. It varies a little bit from page to page, but let's just say 20. That's, you know, 1,500 votes. So she's got quite a lot of history out there. Positions are things that were gleaned from speeches or in interviews, and you can get a pretty good perspective on their position on any given issue. Ratings is next, which is really organizations that will hand out ratings on politicians. Some of them the politician has to submit to. Others are, you know, obviously biased one way or the other, so I'm not sure how much, but they're worth looking at. The speeches, generally pretty handy if you want to get specific text from speeches on given topics or whatever. You can do various search items on the left to, you know, filter that down quite a bit. She's got 311 pages, and there's probably, again, 20, 25 on a page. So there's a lot. And here's an interesting one. This is the funding. Tells you their top contributors, top industry sectors. So you get a really good sense of where they're deriving their funds to run their campaigns. And amazingly, that will nicely reconcile to the votes that they've placed over the term of their career. So anyway, this is a really good site for getting into details about a particular politician. I laid out a review of a different site a few minutes ago called GovTrack, which is really more related to bills and legislation specifically. It does get you to the candidates, so it really can be used for both, but this is a better site for state and local politicians, as well as understanding the vote smart, being able to determine, you know, where somebody stands relative to you on certain issues, which is really pretty nice. There is a second interface that was referred to in the video called Political Galaxy. This is more politician issue centric. So if I pick a politician, like again Nancy Pelosi, and then pick an issue, let's say abortion, it will give me all of the specifics related to that issue for Nancy Pelosi. So all the votes that she's had on that issue or on bills or resolutions related to that issue. I can go down here and see public positions, ratings, if there are any, which there are in this case, speeches, again, lots and lots of speeches and writings from Pelosi, and then funding, which is the same as we saw on the previous page, but it gives you the detailed breakdown, specifically what organizations committed, contributed, what amount of money. So it's the same as Vote Smart, except this is general across all the political positions, votes, etc. of a given senator, representative, whatever, governor. Whereas Political Galaxy is much more specific to a particular politician on a particular issue. So depending on how you want to come at the data, either site is worth using. You can get to Political Galaxy right from VoteSmart. So right here you can see there's a Political Galaxy link, which will open a new page and launch the Political Galaxy website. Vote Easy is up there as well, as is On Point, and your ability to create your own account, your own login. If you want to get tracking emails, for example, you can see here you can track Nancy Pelosi as with any politician or issue, bill. When anything changes, they'll send you an email to let you know. It's a free account, but you have to set one up in order to use this feature. I recommend you're careful with it because it's really easy to get overwhelmed by emails. More than one or two a day or a week is probably more than anybody needs. 5, 10 a day is just ridiculous. So be careful, otherwise it'll lose its value. Stick to one or two of the main politicians or main issues or main politician and issues that you want to track. So with that said, enjoy the website. It is a good one to know about.